Good morning, everyone. My name is Prajwal Datta. I'm a student of MP Law College, and today I'll be the anchor for today's topic. So, the topic for today, that is on 15 December, we are on the second day of the national workshop of making sports person aware of the status of sports in India and its roadmap for aspiring athletes. We are on the second day, and the topic for today is sports for life, developing life skills and moral values through sports. So I would like to welcome all the participants and the dignitaries on this very auspicious day. Now, I would like to request Mr. Abhay Jadhav sir to give the introduction for today on the topic. Please, over to you.
Thank you. Am I audible? Am I audible?
Yes, sir, you are clearly audible.
A very
Yes, sir,
warm and
clearly.
pleasant good morning to all. Very first, I, on behalf of our MLNG societies, Manikchand Pahade Law College, Aurangabad, and Dr. So IBP Kala Mahavidyalay, Aurangabad, heartily welcome today's resource person of this session, Lieutenant Sam Briganza, who is Director of Physical Education, SSA, Government College, Vironda, Goa. Even I heartily welcomes today's chairperson, Dr. Vasan Jhende sir, Director, Department of Physical Education, Pratisthan's Arts, Science and Commerce College, Python, and all attendees and respected persons who have joined this today's session. I feel very honored and privileged to tell you one thing that even during pandemic, our directors of both colleges, they have organized such a wonderful workshop, and this is a 1 week online workshop. This is what I feel very honored for them. This is possible, what I feel, this is possible because of kind support of our all the respected members of our MLNG society and principals of both the colleges. I would like to share with our resource person, Lieutenant Sam Briganza, that our MLNG society and its both organizing colleges, they are known for their academic as well as non-academic excellence and known for a student-centric institution. This workshop is an example of its kind. Coming to the topic or theme of this today's session, I must say, yes, we truly develops many life skills and moral values through sports. I personally insist my friends and relatives to let their children play any sport in order to not for winning but for living. Many times I inform my friends and my relatives that let their children play any sport, not for winning but for living, as they could learn many life skills and moral values through the sports. And today's resource person will be guiding and sharing their valuable knowledge, experience, information to all of us on this important topic. I knew you all are eagerly waiting to listen to today's resource person, and hence I don't want to stand in between you and him. So with this, I once again heartily welcomes Lieutenant Sam Briganza, Dr. Vasan Jhende, and all attendees in today's session, and definitely assure you a very interactive and informative session you may have. Thank you very much for over to you, Projwal.
After such a beautiful introduction given by Mr. Abhay Jadhav sir, I would like to introduce our resource person for today, Lieutenant Sam Briganza sir. Sir is currently working as the Director of Physical Education and Sports at SSA Government College of Arts and Commerce. Sir has successfully acquired his Bachelor of Physical Education from Goa University as a silver medalist. Then Sir went on to complete his Master of Physical Education from Kerala University as a gold medalist. And after that, Sir has completed his MPhil in physical education from Lakshmibai National Institute of Physical Education, situated in Gwalior, as a gold medalist too. Sir, Sir has have many achievements in sports, which are Sir was a part of Goa state hockey team when Sir was in 8th standard and represented Goa at sub juniors, juniors, and seniors national hockey tournaments across India. Sir was also part of Goa University, Kerala University, and Lakshmibai National Institute of Physical Education hockey team. Apart from that, Sir has represented Goa India hockey team that was runners-up at Fernando Pesa International Hockey Tournament held at Lisbon, situated in Portugal in 2008. Sir was also part of Goa Civil Services hockey team. Apart from hockey, Sir has won several medals in athletics and swimming too. Apart from this feat, achieving these feats in sports and studies, Sir has also several achievements in NCC, which are Sir has Sir has qualified his A certificate at St. Brito's High School, situated in Mapusa, with the rank of corporal. Sir has also qualified his B certificate at St. Xavier's College, which is also situated in Mapusa, with the rank of sergeant. And Sir has qualified with the C certificate, which is at St. Xavier's College, which is also situated at Mapusa, with the rank of senior cadet. Sir has attended various camps during his tenure at NCC, but the two camps which made an forever impact in his life were the Ocean to Sky Trekking Camp in 1998 in Junior Division and the Naval Sealing Camp in 2002 in Senior Division. And Sir was the only Army wing cadet on the board. Sir was given direct commission as a lieutenant on 4th November 2015. Sir has a very unique and motivating vision, which is to develop healthy and discipline the citizens of our country. Now, I would like to request Lieutenant Sam Braganza, sir, to enlighten us with his thoughts and experiences and to motivate us. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, friend, for this wonderful introduction that you have given to me. I think I might have shared a little more than required with Madam Manisha when she asked. I did not know that you would read it word by word and everything. But it's nice to give a very warm introduction to someone who looks small and cute like me, because when you give an introduction which says that I am good enough, then it helps people to listen to me. And otherwise, someone who looks as young as me and talking in front of panelists who are far more experienced, it does help me and it gives me the required confidence to talk in front of a grand celebrities who are standing or sitting in front of me. Thanks. First, a life skill that sports had taught me. Okay, to thank people, to appreciate people, and I start with thanking that two eminent physical education directors of both the joint organizers of this workshop, that is Madam Manisha and Sir Sachin. Madam Manisha, as you all know, is a epic heroine of India who has climbed 6 of the 7 peaks, highest mountains in the world, which is an achievement by itself. Then Sir Sachin, who is a hockey lover like me, has represented his university, his state in hockey, and he's been an active physical education director. And because of his love for sports, has organized a workshop like this during the pandemic, which is hats off to both of them. Then we have both the principal, Dr. Vasudha and Dr. Rao, who have helped and definitely supported the cause of organizing the workshop and bringing this together. And then my chairman, who I would like to take permission to start this session, Dr. Vasant, sir, for being a part of this session along with me, who will chair the session and bring out the best out of this session. Thank you, sir, for being a part of this session. And I would like to tell you that I'm a part of the team and at the Goa University where I'm sitting right now, which is called DISTAVO, which is the digital integration, which is called as a digital integrated system of holistic training and virtual orientation that we that is what is happening in Goa. And you can see I'm in a very comfortable studio conducting this session for you. And before I go ahead with my session, I would like to thank God. Okay, God plays an important role in our life. Okay, when I say God, He is a universal soul. Is a He who is the one who takes care of all of us. Okay, it's our values and it's our qualities that sports teaches us to thank the universal power who has taken care of us and who has given us good health, and with His blessings I go ahead with the session. I request the panelists to give me the permission to go ahead.
Lieutenant Sam, you can proceed.
Thank you, sir. Is my slide clear so far, sir?
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
very much.
Thank you, Dr. Vasan, sir. And I would like to go ahead with my presentation. Let me move the, yes. Okay, welcome to the second day of this wonderful online 1 week long workshop that we are having on making sports persons aware of the status of sports in India and its roadmap for aspiring athletes. Okay, we all know India is a wonderful country with a lot of cultures, and we have a lot of games and sports being played. We need to bring these athletes together. We need to give them a required number of advice, and we need to channelize them, and though aspiring ones, we need to show them the roadmap of it. So it's a very wonderful topic that has been chosen for this workshop, and hats off to the organizers. And it is from the 12th to 21st, as you all know, and it is organized by these two wonderful people. Before I start every presentation, I put this stamp or mark at the start of my presentation, which reads as warning. Sports has been known to cause health and happiness. Okay, like on every and on every cigarette box, when you say smoking will kill or smoking will create harm to your life, I want to tell you all at the beginning of my presentation will cause you good health and happiness. Okay, so when we as as teachers and physical education directors, can you imagine if every ball we have or every bat that you give to a child as a birthday gift or a birthday present, put a sticker on the bat or on the ball and said, this ball or this bat will cause you health and happiness? Every mother or every father or every person would be happy to give such kind of a gift to your child. So at the beginning or the onset of this presentation, I would like to tell you that this presentation will cause you good health and happiness. So cheers to us, and let's go ahead. Today's topic for the morning is sports for life, developing life skills and moral value through sports. And I am, as well explained on where told, is Lieutenant Sam Braganza from Goa. Okay, I'm from a wonderful state which encourages sports, and with a lot of encouragement given to sports people, and it has a wonderful environment where sports flourishes very well. Okay, let's talk about what life skills are. Okay, for those people who are preparing themselves or are going to answer the assignment or the session at the end of this session, you will not be able to Google things when you check your questions. They are very simple, but they are about my presentation itself, and you will not find it anywhere. So you can have fun and be alert and listen to my presentation very carefully. What are life skills? Life skills are any skills which are useful in your life, like tailoring or stitching a button or using the computer or swimming. Any skills that will help you to live life in a better way or in a useful way. All these useful skills are called life skills. They help you in managing your life in a better way or in a better quality. Okay, and you can live a better quality of life. It enables us to deal effectively with the demands and challenges of an everyday situation. Okay, if you have those values, like you're able to handle stress well, you can go about with your life or with your day very comfortably. So these are different life skills. Then it helps you, it helps us to accomplish our ambitions and goals. For example, if you have the life skill of working hard or of going the extra mile, it will help you to do the extra bit and achieve your goals, your ambitions and potentials. And I'm sure Manisha madam has this quality of life, who gives her best and can utilize these qualities of hers to achieve, be using her full potential. Perhaps the most important life skill is the ability and willingness to learn. If you and I are not willing to learn, we are learners all throughout our life. But if we do not give this opportunity to someone to teach us, maybe sports, we learn from our children, we learn from our friends, our students. If we do not give an opportunity for life to teach us something, then we cannot grow, we do not develop. So for me and for all academicians and teachers and students, the most important life skill is perhaps the willingness to learn. What according to this session, or what according to me, I would describe as sports. Sports, as you know, brings people together. It facilitates interaction. Okay, sports is like a buffet table. You know, it brings a lot of things on the buffet table. It could be something sour, something sweet, something tangy, something. It provides you all these things and all these interactions that bring together. If you are provided only rice for lunch or dinner, then the rice would have tasted, you would have not enjoyed your lunch. But the pickle, the salt which is there in the rice, the salads, the different gravies and the curries which bring flavors of all the place on where you live, brings the flavor to the food. In the same way, sports field is a platform. It's like a buffet table which brings all these different qualities, different people, and different the organizers, spectators, all of them to gather, and it facilitates interaction. And this interaction develops and gives you an opportunity to display life skills. What kinds of life skills do we see on the sports field? You develop respect, you develop honesty, you develop trust, you develop leadership. These are the some of the few values that sports field enables you to build and enhance the values if you have. However, it is important to know that life skills cannot be caught, it must be taught. So what I'm trying to say by this sentence is life skills are automatically taking place. For example, you are learning honesty, you're learning teammanship, you are learning the spirit of a leadership or of sportsmanship. All these qualities, values of honesty, respect, leadership, trust is being developed on a sports field. But it is it has to be told to these players at the end of the session. If the coach has the training or the ability to tell his players, my friends, my brothers or my team, do you realize that at the end of the session today, we have come together as a family, we have come together as a team, we have realized that we have one objective, we have realized that we are working together for our goals. We have realized that when someone was thrown down, an X player lifted Y player and gave him a friendly handshake or pat on his back, or how we came together and how we bonded together as a family. This is how values and life skills have to be taught. These things otherwise just happen automatically, but we do not realize. So research has shown that life skills on a sports field have to be taught. ये सीखने की जरूरत है और ये सिखाने की जरूरत है। ये ऑटोमेटिकली अपने आप नहीं होता है, ये अपने आप पैदा होता है, पर अपने to put it to practice we have to be taught to it by a coach, a motivator, a counselor, or the organizing or the managing body. In context with this topic, sports means any plan or organized physical activity ranging from a walk in the park to competitive sports. So let's be open-minded and talk of sports of any physical activity that is organized by a physical education teacher in school, or a physical education director in the college, or a coach, or any fitness trainer anywhere. So why are we talking about coaching for life or sports coaching for life? Why do we need to involve sports and provide life skills through sports. As you know, India has one of the biggest youth population in the world. So what this population, what our youth are going to do depends on our teaching fraternity, our coaches, our directors, our people all around us who are going to encourage and build this youth into more creative, more better citizens of our country and of better citizens to each one and to the world at large. So to bring out the best into our citizens or to our players, apart from developing physical abilities, physical fitness amongst our players, we need to also develop life skills, moral values. So we need to add life skills and moral values to these students of us. As you would realize that in schools and colleges, we are encouraging sports to the epic or the to the best of players, best of sportsmen. And then we realize that the rest, 20% of the academic population of the school population are not taking part in sports. They may be good in academics, they may be good at IT, they could be good at all the other specialized subjects that they have, but they are not taking part in sports. They have not realized the wonderful abilities, the wonderful qualities that you and me who are sports people have developed. They have not felt the adrenaline rush through their body and through their blood when they have scored a goal, because they have not gone onto a sports field. They have not been a part of a team which has won a match. So they have not realized, they have not had the fun, the joy, the grace of being a team. So they have been a team at their workplace, they have been a team at their institution, but have they been a team at of a game or of a ground? As I say, a sports person is completely different, a completely unique personality from all the other professions. I would like to say it right now, because I know people not only on the other side of the screen but in front of me are also listening. Because other professions, do you see an engineer after building a bridge running on to around his architecture with his ruler and removing his shirt and running around and saying, I'm proud for building this bridge or this beautiful building? Or do you see a doctor after coming out of the labor room with a beautiful child in his hand saying, I have delivered the most beautiful creature? He will just come, oh, it is a boy, it is a girl, something like that, with a very serious look. But a sports person, a person on the ground, take an example of Cristiano Ronaldo. After scoring around 400 goals, every time he scores a goal, he wants to actually remove his shirt out and celebrate like a madman. Okay, he wants to celebrate with everyone, with his team and with the world. The celebration is that high, and this celebration, this joy is experienced on the sports field. And this experience, these life skills, these moral values, these qualities of living life to the fullest, we want to celebrate it with the entire world, not with the best of students, with the best of athletes who are taking part in sports. Why sports for life? What is the main objective of having coaching for life? There are three main things that sports for life or coaching for life will do. It will transform people and communities. Okay, there are communities, for example, they are the section of underprivileged children, or they are for a section of orphans, maybe HIV people who are or they are migrant laborers. They are section of people who are other backward classes who do not enjoy all these qualities of life. Okay, they are deprived of this beautiful gift of sports. So sports for life goes to these people and tries to develop this kind of love, affection, respect, trust, faith, sportsmanship at these different places, to these different communities. It helps discipline teenagers and children. You find there are a lot of law-breaking teenagers or the youth today. So sports would go that extra mile, and apart from building physical fitness and health related parameters in the youth, it will also develop discipline among the teenagers and the children. It will help correct problems in society. Okay, there are different problems in society. Corruption comes to my mind for the first. Then there are so many other problems uh, like you can say ego and want or power and want for ruling the world and want to be the boss is one of the qualities. There are other qualities of dishonesty. There are other qualities of not wanting to work. There are qualities of cheating. All these things are happening in our country and in our society. But sports and life skills development or coaching for life is trying to improve or bring out qualities in which you will not be correcting these problems in society. So sports has this sports for life has these three beautiful qualities that we are thinking of, that colleges and physical education directors and teachers and schools want to impart this with their students. What is the role of a coach? I am a coach, you are a coach. There will be our physical education directors on the other side of the camera are also physical. They are coaches. They are coaches who are the Indian coach of the cricket team, volleyball team, basketball team, shooting team, wrestling team. They are all coaches. They are training. What is the role of a coach? A coach is the one who comes early in the morning, first man maybe on the ground, brings him teams together, teaches them strategies, and help them to win the match, and wants his team to win the match. Is his role limited to that, or do we want coaches to be role models? Do we want coaches to be the father figure? Do we want coaches who is going to be like the parent, like the bonding force in the team? Do we want a coach like a servant leader? Do we want a coach who is like maybe Mahatma Gandhi, simple as that, but becomes a role model for people to follow them, people to emulate him? We want a coach like Mother Teresa. She did not talk much or give a lot of big talks and big sermons, but Mother Teresa was a woman who served, who, who did a bit to take care of the people who are in need. And looking at her, people helped her, people came closer, people developed those kind of convents and those kind of homes for the underprivileged children or people who are deprived of all the facilities and the goods of the world. Okay, so we need to be leaders or coaches in our teams which will develop such kind of moral values. And we just not to be a coach, we need to be a coach who interacts with every child, who knows his player as his own child. He learns his own player, he knows his own player, he knows what are the different problems that are going through in that player. What are the his family background, where does he come from, what was his past history, what does he do in the time when he doesn't play, what does he want to do in the future, what are his qualities apart from being a good full back or a good forward or good winger or a good midfielder. What are his other qualities? Does he know to cook? Does he know to, is he an honest person? Does he cheat? Does he have a family problem at home? If a coach is able to understand all these little tits and bits that is going into the player's life, the coach will not only be a coach on the play field, but will be a coach for his life. The student, the player will one day remember the guidance and the motivation provided by his coach and go in a long way to be a very productive citizen to not only his society, to the country, but to his own family, to his own team. One day he may come back to maybe even coach his team. He may come back to manage the team or may even buy the club. there are so many things that sports provides. Okay, as physical education teachers who has learned physical education and sports in school, we say sports will provide holistic health, which is uh, physical, mental, social, and spiritual well-being. But sports for life will provide you well-being not only in these four areas, but it will provide you well-being emotionally. It will provide you well-being in the present environment. It will help you to adapt to any situation. It will help you adapt to anything. Okay, it will help you to make the best of whatever is given to you. It will not only help you to be spiritual, but it will help you to be holy. It will help you to give thanks to Almighty God for whatever is given you. See, good health is one of the most important thing, and in the pandemic situation you have realized that health is what has kept you going. Okay, if you are having a better immune system, and if you are a little smarter in the top flow of your body, you have been able to live life to the fullest, and you've been able to live life to the best way, and you have been able to advise others who are a part of the society and being a role model even in this pandemic situation. So these are the different components which has taught which has brought together by sports, and will which will help our youth to go a long way in becoming better citizens of a country. Sports brings integration. Okay, we are not
Uh, Sorry for the disconnection. Sir will join shortly. Please have patience. Screen share करते हैं. So we are no, we can't hear you, sir.
okay, you can hear me right now, right?
Yes, sir, you are perfectly
Yeah.
audible.
Welcome to India and its network. So we can't help it. You know, sports teaches us come in the most worst kind. You know, you may be two goals down, but you know you have Sam Preganza in the house, and he will come bang. So here he is, and I hope you can see my presentation, which is most important to me. And can you see it, Mr. Vasant sir, Dr. Vasant? Can you see my presentation?
Sir. Yes, sir. Very clearly. You can proceed,
Yeah,
sir.
yeah. So let's score some more goals. I know I am 2-0 up. Actually, I'm never down because we are in a team which plays and gives our best, and our score doesn't matter. You know, the heart and the body which goes through the activity that we are doing is what is important. So what is coaching for life? Okay, as you can see in my pictures, it's about carving the small children, this delicate life have in our hands. Okay, this is like an integration of it's like a knot which is put together, which doesn't hurt. Okay, you tie a knot, you can see that when you pull a string, it definitely hurts, but this knot is a very a knot which is built by love, affection, care. Okay, so all these things are there. Okay, let me demonstrate what a coaching for life skill is. Okay, see, it's very difficult for me to demonstrate by sitting on a chair because I am a physical education teacher, and I do not like the mic, I do not like this stage, I do not like formal clothes. I like my sports field, and I like to be in short pants and a very casual t-shirt, and I want to perform. Okay, I'm an entertainer, I'm a performer, and we are all, as sports persons, we are performers. Okay, we are actors, and the sports field is our orchestra, is our theater where we perform. So let me demonstrate what a coaching for life session is, or a class is. Okay, this is an example of a class, okay, or a teaching session, or a lesson which is demarcated of segregated in different things that we do. Okay, our session, for example, if our session is of football, we are going to teach them what is the sports skill that we are teaching. For example, in this the first session, we are teaching the skill of short passing, okay, or passing. We are going to explain what the skill is all about. We are going to teach them what are the life skills that we learn through passing the ball. Over here, we can see the life skills that we are learning is connectedness, or being connected with others. Okay, the values again are being connected or sharing. Okay, we need to share the ball with others. You cannot be alone with the ball and running for 90 minutes and not being able to, because somebody will come and tackle you, dribble the ball from you. Okay, take the ball alone for you. You know, you need to share the ball. You need to be connected to your team. So these are the values and life skills that you are learning through this sports skill called passing. Then as a coach or an instructor, you're going to demonstrate to your players how a good pass is done, how your body position is going to be, how you're going to give the pass. Okay, then you're going to have a bit of learning. You're going to ask your students, what have you learned from this skill? Okay, what are the values that you have learned? Okay, yeah, the students will realize from this session that you cannot be independent in a team. There is interdependence of players, there is interrelationship, there is a this encourages the practice of interrelationship between the players. It shows that the team's goal is more important than the individual goal. Okay, these are the different life skills and values that passing teaches you. Who thought that passing a ball from one person to another, it could be any game, it could be hockey, it could be basketball, just by passing the ball from one person to another teaches us to be connected, teaches us to be more sharing, more caring to your fellow partner or your fellow player. So this is what we are going to talk. Then there is a bit of reflection that takes place where the coach sits down after practicing all demonstrating and practicing. He takes a reflective session. He talks to his players, his coaches, that what is going to happen, how it is, and at the end of all this thing, there is a session which is a feedback, like, you know, what has the players learned, what does the coach want to improve upon in the next session, and things like that. This is how a session is conducted. Now let's see, as I said, the sports skills that we have learned from this session. What sports skill was? Passing the ball. The value we learned was sharing and staying connected. And the life skill that we learned was taking turns in discussion, sharing resources with others. For example, you are in your school, okay? If you talk alone and do not give an opportunity to your friend or your partner to talk, this is not called a discussion. It is like it's like a lecture that you're giving. But when there is a discussion, there is sharing of knowledge, sharing of ideas, sharing of plans, and then your objective, your goal comes together as one goal of the team, and you work together. And otherwise, others will not work together as a team, because you need to have a discussion in which everyone takes part in it, and you respect everyone's opinion. Okay, this next one is you share resources. Okay, in a team, you realize that you have that much of resources. For example, at the end of the match, you see that there is 3 bottles of water left. Okay, and you are a team of 12. You need to share the resources. For example, in this case, water, you need to share with each other. I know you have played and you are most thirsty, but you realize it's a family, we are a team together. You need to share our resources. Resources could be resources of equipment. Okay, we go to the gym. You cannot be sitting and doing that exercise because you want to do it. You need to share that equipment, that gym facility with the other players too. It could be with the resources of equipment like the ball. You need to come together, use the resources to the best. Okay, so sharing of resources. You are the you want to watch TV. You need to share your remote maybe with your wife, with your daughter, with your son, with your mother who wants to have listen to a spiritual session that is being given by some gurus somewhere on the TV. So everyone wants a little bit. So we need to know to share resources. That's what I'm trying to say. This is one of the life skills or the values that we have learned through simple passing of the ball. This is I have discussed this. This is the first part of the session. How we have I have demarcated or segregated into different important parts in our lesson plan, in which we are going to teach the it would be taking the penalty kick, it could be a long pass, it could be tackling, it could be defending, it could be the role of a midfielder. Each skill that is required by each player has a different value that is going to be taught to players, to the team members in your team. This is the second section. As I said, it is important to have reflection. But the most important, at the end of each session, we need to have a good feedback. And what are the types of questions do you ask your players at the end of session? Is what have you learned from this activity? The players do not only say we have learned to pass the ball. The players will say we have learned to interact. We have learned to understand a player, because if you do not understand where you or anticipate where a player is going to run to receive the ball, you cannot pass well. So you realize that you have understood your player. There is a growth in understanding in your team. Then you need to ask your players how we are going to put this activity of simple passing into day-to-day life. Then you need to ask and get responses from your players or your team, which they're going to reply and say that I have learned this, or I'm going to put this practice into my family. I'm going to share, I'm going to ask for opinions, I'm going to be ready to get connected. Maybe you are a family, you reach home late at night because you do not get time to spend with your family. But now you realize that you need to get connected, and this connection is not only physical, it's a connection of your heart bonding with the heart of your wife, heart of your daughter, heart of your mother, your family members. This connection is what is going to be there. You might have broken your connection with your family because you do not get that much of time, or you have that bond with your children and with your wife, but that connection with your father, your mother, your brothers and sisters have been this diluted, because now you've realized this connection, because we are team. As a small team is a team at your home, but at a bigger picture, we need to have connection with everything around you. We need to have connection with our neighbors. We need to have connection with our friends. We need to have connection with the things happening in an environment. There are things happening, like there is a deforestation happening. There is a lot kind of problem that are happening in society, but we have disassociated ourselves with them. Where is a connection gone? Where is a network to that gone? Because we do not care, because these things are happening for the anywhere else, not important to us. There is a lot of dishonesty happening, but we have disconnected it, because we have realized that we are not getting cheated. We are not the ones who are getting troubled. Somebody else is getting troubled. So when we disassociate yourself, we remove this connection with the rest of the world, and you have lost, or you do not have that life skill. So this is what you want the students to answer, and you have to make them understand how this stupid session of yours of passing the ball can actually change their mind, their heart, their soul, and even them in society. So these are the different questions. You all might have read the questions as I'm explaining to you all, are the different questions you have to ask them, and then tell them what, and tell me one action plan that you would take up today or in this week to stay connected with your family. Ask them and tell him to discuss that with your teammate. See, if you do not discuss your plan with someone else and you have that plan in your mind, that plan will never take course. That thing will not happen, because you're telling yourself, sometimes you even lie to yourself that one day I'm going to climb Mount Everest. Madam Manisha might have told that to her, and she has expressed it to so many people, and that's the reason she has been able to find guts, time, energy, practice, train, and then climb Mount Everest. People like you and me sitting in front of the laptop are finding it difficult to climb up the staircases to the top floor. We go by the lift, and this woman has climbed Mount Everest. I find it difficult to digest. I know and there are so much of difficulties that that person, that human being, that is Madam Manisha, might have faced while climbing up that mountain, and she would be a better person to share life skills and values on this platform than me, because we find ourselves nowhere in comparison to the great personalities that are sitting in front of us today. Then we are going to talk about feedback. How we are going to have feedback. Feedback should be honest. This teacher should respect the responses that are coming. He cannot say that this response is not good or not up to the mark. Every response, and you have to speak with love, because you need to connect to the heart. You cannot connect to the minds. Okay, the conversation should not be of one person. The connection should be of the team, avoid any personal comments during getting a feedback. So this is something you have to. So as you remember, at the start of the session I told you there are three important things that we have to keep in mind, or that sports for life develops. The first thing is we are transforming communities. Then we are transforming or disciplining our teenagers and our children. And the last thing is we are correcting the problems in our society. Directly photo kada माझं session घेताना इंका कोंकणी येणार आहे म्हणून बोलता. Okay, we are speaking. What are we seeking through this session? Okay, what is it all about? We are seeking to instill these values through sports. We want to instill passion. We want to instill empowerment. We want to give holiness. We want to instill the quality of integrity, stewardship. Let me say what stewardship is. As a leader, I want to prepare someone who will keep on or take care, or I will hand over the leadership to. Stewardship is preparing for the next generation. For example, Virat Kohli is the leader of the team. He and the Indian management is then creating a vice captain or another leader who is going to take care of this team in his absence, or who is going to take his team when Virat Kohli leaves the team. So we need to prepare a steward. Okay, somebody who is going to do this in the next time. As you can see, when Mahendra Singh Dhoni was the team captain, he used to always steward or train Virat Kohli when he was a young boy and a part of his team. He used to tell him, and even when Virat Kohli took over as the captain, he used to always go to Mahendra Singh Dhoni for advice, for what he would do. So these are different qualities that sports and we are trying to instill. We are trying to instill creativity, humanity, humility. We are going to develop interdependence, and we are going to develop diversity. We need to people, because India is a we has different culture. We need to have diversity. We're going to have different types of thoughts put together. As you know, these are the different life skills that sports will develop. Before the flipping of the coin at the start of the match, the team captain has already planned what is going to the decision to be if we win the toss. Are we going to bat first? Are we going to bowl first? Or what is going to, because sports teaches us planning. It gives us a self of achievement. It gives us confidence. It gives us to accept our strengths and difficulties. It teaches us discipline. It teaches us to accept the results. Making time for ourselves. It helps us to give efforts, and it makes us realize that the efforts that we put on the sports field is going to count at the actual time when the match. It helps us to enjoy one's company. It helps us to enjoy what we do. It helps us to respect each one of us, even the respect the opponent. It teaches us that hard work will one day give us success, and it can help us to attain success. And success cannot come very easily. That's what sports will teach us. That power of having a ball on a sports field. Okay, what can a ball do? Just imagine giving a ball to a small baby. Okay, the baby gets so happy, so excited, it brings a smile to her face. Just imagine giving a ball to someone in the prison. Okay, taking sports to those people who are in the jail. If they play sports, how much of positive energy can be developed amongst them? Give a sport, a ball, or to a someone who has had a lot of depression. This ball, that sports will develop in that personality, will bring a lot of life, a lot of energy into him. I remember of the movie Castaway, when the ball is casted away or floated aloft into the oceans along with the actor of the movie, and he spends the rest of his life till he finds someone who rescues him with that ball. He talks to that ball, enjoys the company of and spends his time together with the ball on the island, and that ball helps him to pass his time, enjoy his time, and best of his time at the islands. You have to watch this movie. It's called Castaway. Okay, a sportsman's prayer. You realize that even as sportsmen, we need to pray. Okay, this is a picture of the Mexican player who was then in the Rodriguez was praying before the start. He was playing for Manchester United and he used to play. Then we have Casemiro, now a Brazilian player, who prays before every start of the match. And when the press reporter asked Casemiro, who plays for Real Madrid, what are you praying for at the start of the match? He said, my prayer is very, very simple. I am praying that nobody is injured at the end of the match. See, what a wonderful prayer. He's not asking for his team to win. He's just asking for a fair play. He's asking for no one to get injured. What a wonderful prayer we are saying before the start of an athletic meet. In the prayer, we talk about, we say, dear God, give us a fair field, we give us equal opportunity, give us courage. Let us not be proud, let us stand in the crowd and help the others as they don't let us be cowards. So what are these all good qualities? As you Google on us about the sportsman's prayer, you will find all these qualities that a sportsman develop by saying this prayer before start of a match or before the start of an athletic meet. You know, these two brilliant heroes, one is Virat Kohli, one is Cristiano Ronaldo. You can see in this picture how they are celebrating their victories and how we enjoy their celebrations. Effect that you develop, or the impact of sports is greatest when you actively take part in sports than by just being a spectator, just enjoying it as an organizer or a volunteer. You need to be actively taking part in sports. Only then will you enjoy your session. By this picture, we are trying to show it's not over until you say it's over. Okay, in our mind, in our body, we need to be prepared in sports that we are not going to give up till the final whistle is blown. When you are tired, do 10 more. Okay, you need you cannot give up. You need to work that much harder. There is a beautiful story, but we are short of time. I would like to tell you the story. A sportsman's life is so different. He has no holidays. He has no Christmas or Diwali or Easter or New Year or Holi, because he trains on every day. He wants to be the best. He wants to be better than, because remember, is remembered. Everyone's effort is required, but at the end of it all, the gold medal will be remembered, and you need to give your best for that gold medal to be counted, appreciated by the entire world, the entire universe. A few takeaways. We are coming to the end of a session. What are the few takeaways that I would like to give to you all at the end of the session? Before the start of every match, you remember the score is 0-0. You may be the topmost team in the league, but when a match starts, the score is 0-0. So remember, whatever happens to your life, when you start a new day, if you start yourself, you evaluate yourself that your score is 0, only then will you build up on whatever you're going to do. For example, you're batting in a test match. On the first day, you have scored a century. If you put in your mind that my score at the end of the start of the next day is still 0, you may score another century. But if you think that I've already scored a century, you may get out on the first ball on the next day. So if you realize that your score is 0 at the start of a new day, that is how you build. You are able to climb up the stairs and build up a new innings in your life. And then in a football match, you should remember that we all are equals. Together as a united force, and we have all opportunity of impressing the world, impressing and being role models wherever we are. And also remember, how fit you are will depend how far you go. You may be a scientist of the highest order, or you are creative in doing whatever you want. But if you are mentally, physically, spiritually fit, that's how a better quality of life you're going to live for a longer period of time. Remember, get ready to play. The result is immaterial. If you come starting to know that you're going to be the gold medalist in the world, you will not be able to start the match or your life at all. When you start a match, remember, you're coming to play. You're coming to enjoy yourself. The result, the victories will follow. Mentally prepare yourself to play. Winning or losing, winning will automatically become a habit. Okay, small defeats are you're going to be a better player with every step of your life and a better person to follow. My last concluding remark is, the value of life is not based on how long we have lived, but how much we have contributed to others and to society. What is the use of living for 100 years, 99 years, 75 years, but my contribution to my fellow man, my friend, my brother is 0? Your contribution may not only be through morals, through monetary support, but being there when your friend needs you, being there for society, staying up in the middle of the night, talking to your family members, talking to your friend. This is the type of contribution we require today in society. Standing in a rally which is wanting to save our forest, standing to save, and this kind of contribution is what is required. Contributing not only in terms of time, which are going to help you to make a difference in our country and into this world, which is a beautiful place. And that comes to the end of this session. I hope you are as excited as I am at the end of the session, that I know I've tried to do a good job, and I hope the network and the things around has helped me to do a good job too. Thank you very much. And I've thanked everyone at the beginning of the session, and I'm, without wasting much time, I've taken a lot of time. I come to the end, and I head towards my law college, and the wonderful person who is hosting this, I forget his name. He has a beautiful smile. He's putting his spectacles and looking at me right now. I hope I've done a good job, my dear friend, and over to you. Thank you so much for giving this time.
Thank you, sir, for inspiring us and encouraging us with your speech, sir. Sir, your speech was simply phenomenal. The way you connected life with the sports was outstanding, sir. It was easy. I am a sports person, but those who are not, they will be able to relate with sports so easily with life. Thank you, sir. Now, I would like to call the chairperson for today, Dr. Vasant Jhende, sir, to add to add briefly to such a important and beautiful speech. Dr. Vasant Jhende, sir, is currently working as a head of Department of Physical Education and Sports, and sir is a national player in Kabaddi for consecutively 3 years. Sir has coached Bamu Kabaddi men's team several times. Sir is a research guide and also presented 16 research papers, as published total 21 research papers in various international, national conferences, UGC care listed journals, and other reputed journals. Sir has worked as a nodal officer and UGC sanctioned sports indoor hall. Additionally, Sir has been working in the capacity of website coordinator and college UGC coordinator. Sir has his Master in Arts in History, also his MPed, his PhD. Sir has done his net set in physical education. Now, I would like to call Sir and add to this brief session. Over to you, sir.
Am I audible to all?
Yes, sir. You're clearly audible.
Very clear, sir.
Good afternoon to all. On the second day series of the online 1-week national level workshop on making sports person aware of the status of sports in India and its roadmap for aspiring athletes, which is going from 14th to 21st December 2020. Lieutenant Sam Joseph Brigenza from Goa delivered a lecture on an important topic on sports for life, developing life skills and moral values through sports. Mr. Brigenza has explained each and every topic of life skill in a very lucid and a simple language. He has explained the role of life skill in day-to-day activity with an appropriate examples. What is the role of life skill and what is the impact of that on a learning, on accepting challenges, planning, self-confidence, our strengths and weakness, the hardworking nature, the qualities of life. He has also tried to close interrelationship between the sports and the moral values, how the sports activity can provide and more impact on the learning process, since sports activity is a practical approach and theoretically more practical aspect rather than a theoretically. So development is much more faster as compared to the classroom teaching. Development such as honesty, trust, sharing resources, leadership qualities, discipline, decision taking, all takes place. And what is also explained about what are the highlights and needs of a coach for a life. Transform people and communities. What happens nowadays? People are more and more engaged in the social media, just like mobile, TV, internet. So that has to be transform them from this kind of addiction to the sports. They have to be disciplined, because discipline cannot be taught in the classroom. It has to be taught. Find out the correct problem of the societies. He has briefly explained about the coaches and the teachers' role in the society. Teacher's role is not merely to build an elite sports person, but also to enrich good qualities, to find out the holistic approach, which is the key for the success to anyone's life, has to be imparted, such as development of emotions, intellectual, spiritual, environment, social, physical. Like the previous proverbs were like that: पढ़ोगे लिखोगे होगे नवाब, खेलोगे कूदोगे होगे खराब. Now the trend has been changed, the scenario has been changed. Now the proverb goes in like this: पढ़ोगे लिखोगे होगे नवाब, खेलोगे कूदोगे होगे लाजवाब. As this has been quoted by our Honorable Prime Minister, and also followed by this, to get these moral values imparted into the students and also to the society, government also introduced various policies. For example, Fit India movement, which came to the existence, International Yoga Day, Fit India, Khelo India, Sai schemes, which is come and play. Sai also introduced one course, which was coaches education program, which is conducted for the coaches to enrich the skills to the peoples or players or the society. Various state governments also gives us the scholarships and job reservations, etc., to cultivate the sportsmanship or sports person in the society. With various examples like football, in the football, passing the game, he has also, Dr. Brigenza has also explained how the moral values can be connected, how this can be survived, how with the help of a small skills or small drills, resulting the sports activity, passion, empowerment, humanity, interdisciplinary, diversity, creativity can be done. Due to this pandemic situation in COVID-19 around the world, the important role is been played by the physical activity in our life. It has been accepted those who has good health merely affected by COVID-19. In the absence of medicine, the only one that can be survived is having the good health. As our friend Dr. Jadhav sir told, is quoted, engaging in sport, not merely winning, but for willing. It is very true in the present situation that one has to be fit, be healthy, have to go for moral values if you want to survive in the society. As one of the quoted by Brigenza, not caught, it must be taught. So whatever things has been taught, it is not been taught, it has to be caught. For example, if there are the things which are adversely affect on the society, that peoples get habitual to it, but the good things cannot be get habitual. That means that has to be taught for the good citizenship. Human being is a social animal, and for survival of this, he has to accept various elements. For example, just he has told us that what we have learned from this moral values: honesty, trust, sharing resources, leadership qualities, discipline taking. This all comes with the package of moral values. Once again, I congratulate and thanks Lieutenant Sam Joseph Brigenza for his informative and knowledgeable presentation. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. I sincerely thanks to Principal Dr. C.M. Rao, sir, MP Law College, Aurangabad, and Principal Dr. Vasudha Purohit, ma'am, Dr. Sau IBP Mahila Kala Mahavidyalaya, Aurangabad, our sports director, Dr. Sachin Deshmukh, sir, Professor Manisha Wagmare, ma'am, for giving me this opportunity, and thanks to all the distinguished participants for their joining the session. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, sir, for adding such a brief and important explanation for Lieutenant San Braganza's explanation. Now, sir, I would like to request Lieutenant Sam Braganza, sir, to answer a few questions which are asked by participants.
Yes, you can go ahead.
Yes, sir. So the first question.
Yes, there's one question that is already posted, right? You can ask that first.
Yes, sir. The first question, which is posted by Arvind Upadhyay, sir, how should we design the session plan between elite players, beginner players, or novice players at the same time and same venue?
See, let us talk about if you understand what life skills are. Okay, life skills are moral values. Okay, we need to see what is the difference between an elite player and a novice player. The elite player only has a lot of experience, but at the end of it all, they are humans. Okay, and they need values. Elite players on the other side will have a little ego that they are senior, that they are good. It is the ability of the coach, the manager, and his team who are going to teach them these values to bring them to the understanding level of new players, as if they are young children who are learning things. Okay, when the best, even the advanced players realize that they are learning as small children and they're going to develop values, only when the advanced players lower themselves down will they be able to understand what you are talking. Okay, they have to be like children teaching, learning this like in the primary section. You know, these values have to be actually imparted for children or younger students. But when you're giving training and making these people understand about family values, it has to not be done, as you said, it should not be done on a sports field directly. It has to be conducted and taught to them after the session is over, like when they are relaxed. You need to tell them, see, my friends, because you are a part of the team that time, because there is not a big gap and experience between the coach and the players sometimes. Then you have to talk to them like friends. This is you have seen today. You have to highlight the different things that happened to the match. You have to take the player's name and say, my friend, you saw today what Ronaldo did, or what for example, take an example of a player's name. Say Suresh. You know, Suresh today, instead of actually selfishly scoring the goal by himself, he created an opportunity for Ramesh. So how he did it? Because of Suresh's wonderful pass, has our team scored that goal today. So this is what we are going to tell experienced and advanced players. We have to bring out these qualities and talk to them and tell them, see, now this kind of sharing values is very important. We cannot teach this passing quality to an advanced player. They know all these things. But at the end of the session, at the end, we need to have only reflections. This type of classroom teaching, what I've thought, or the format that I've shown, is for children from school, and especially for those who do not take part in sports, because we want everyone to enjoy sports. Okay, for advanced players, we are going to tell them on the field after the game when they enjoy and they are relaxing that, hey, good job, man. You'll have done a good job. We are proud of you. You all are a team. Victory or loss, today's score was a draw, or today we have lost the match, but no problem. I've loved A, B, C, D, your game, you did well. You can improve here. These are the moral values that the coach is going to build. So the food that what they are going to eat, maybe the same type of food, what I'm telling you, the value system, what they're going to be taught is the same type. Only the way you're going to tell them is going to be different. The setting of where you're going to conduct it is going to be different, because school children, the conduct of the session could be on the sports field directly there, but here you're going to tell them maybe during a motivation session that you're going to talk to them. That is the only difference. Otherwise, the coach and the players need to humble themselves, be ready to learn and learn these values for sports for life. And the main thing is, when you're telling these advanced players, you need to tell them, see, you are a role model, and people are learning life skills from you. So whenever you are on the sports field, you not need to push someone. You cannot disrespect the official's decision. You cannot say abusive language. You cannot kick someone down. You cannot fling your bat while playing cricket. These are the things you need to teach the advanced players, because the advanced player is a role model on the sports field, because thousands, millions of people are emulating him, and this is what the coach is going to do. And this is what life skill development for them will be. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for such a beautiful answer. I hope the participant who asked this question is absolutely clear on the topic. Now, my next question is directed to Dr. Vasant Jende, sir. Yes, sir. Vasant Jende, sir. My next question is directed to you.
Yes, sir.
Sir, a question has been asked that what is the difference between moral values and sports values in both team sports and individual sports?
Okay. See, the moral values, what do you mean by moral values? Moral values is different and the sports activities are different. What we are doing here is we are trying to interconnect these all things. Okay, so whatever the qualities the sportsmen have has to be imparted to the common citizens also. Okay, so moral values cannot be differ from the sports person. For example, if you have just Briganza has clearly explained all these terms. For example, if you want to give a pass, if you are going to the ball, taking the ball and you are reaching to the goal post and you are not able to convert that ball to the goal, so you have to pass it. So what does it mean? It means a cooperation. It's type of understanding that this person can help us to make a goal. What is the ultimate aim of the team? That has to be scored. So this kind of relationship has to be there. One, the leadership quality. When we have a captain, what is the role of the captain? It is an important role of the captain that he has to take all the teammates to in such a position that whatever the team prove their performance, it's totally responsible of the captain, because under his able leadership, he's doing it. So there is a very, very close connection between these all things. So what happens theoretically, if you go to the school, they have for moral teaching, they have a classrooms. Okay, they have a book. In that through they teach them. But it's not the case in the sports field. What here it is, we try to implement this in a practical. Okay, for example, just now I said that cooperation, leadership quality is there. You have a diversity is there. Maybe there are the religion-wise difference between the player. There will be some privileged class people, some are underprivileged class people. They all have to come together in a one platform, and they have to go for a common goal. Understand? So these are the qualities has to be imparted, and that will be more practical and more concrete if go through the practical session. Because what happens, whatever we do in a practical session, it lasts for long. What we theoretically do, it may or may not be survive for a longer period of time. So this has to be interconnected. So what the reason of the government also implement this thing, because they knows that only teaching cannot be the ultimate aim of the government to make a good citizenship, and only teaching cannot make this. So you have to be side by side, you have to be a parallel streamline has to be there, so that they get an opportunity. The students can have an opportunity to feel. If you do not feel that, you cannot success. So this is the relation they are doing. What is Fit India movement that has been launched? It is the correlation between whatever you have learned has to be practically imparted. So in this way, they goes in hand. Hope the answer has been satisfied to the questioner.
Thank you, sir, for
Over to you.
differentiating so clearly. Thank you, sir, for differentiating so clearly the difference between the moral values and sports values. Your answer was more than enough. Thank you, sir. Now, my next question is directed to Lieutenant Sam Briganza, sir. It has been asked by Shilu Kumari ma'am that how we teach life skills those who are not part of sports and physical education.
This is a very good question because we are thinking of imparting sports values to everyone. So it is basically to bring children and have them small minor games, okay, in which everyone takes part in sports. Okay, we need to bring like how we have the annual sports meet. Okay, we need to bring children together and have small activities in which the whole college or there is a sports festival, okay, or maybe on the National Sports Day, 29th August, we can conduct a sports festival where we encourage everyone to take place part in sports. We make different groups, different games at different places. It can be easy game of like juggling or maybe dribbling or maybe putting a basket or shooting a penalty. Very simple games, and everyone gets an opportunity to play. Everyone gets a score. So we accumulate scores and then we give small prizes to everyone who wins or things like that. Encourage everyone to play and then share with them what are the values that they have learned. And once they understand that when we play, we are not only physically developing ourselves, but we also developing values, then they will realize that taking part in sports is very important because it's giving a dual effect. Not only giving us a fit body, but it's also giving us a physically fit, also a spiritually good or a morally good perception to life also. So they are encouraged to take part in sports, and then even if their parents realize that my child who I always thought would take part in sports would get injured or would fall or break his bone, now is learning values, is learning respect, who in turn will respect me, respect his family, respect his parents, to the neighbors around on and society, will encourage my child to take part in sports because it is teaching them moral values. And by encouraging, and because this moral activity, by developing moral activity is especially for those children who are not enjoying developing of all these qualities. So for this, like especially in schools, okay, where teachers are teaching sports, and sports physical education is a compulsory subject, teachers in school need to impart this kind of moral values through the every class. It need not be a rigid curriculum, but at the end of its class, if a child is has realized that I am learning values, I am learning to be good, knowingly or unknowingly, these values that he is learning in school will help him to grow up to be a better human being, a better adult, and he will be a more productive adult in his future. So you need to imbibe these qualities in day-to-day physical education classrooms. It is, as I said, it is not a very a specific session. It could be by at the end of your class, or even after yoga. You need to tell them what are the spiritual values that you are learning through yoga: being calm, being holy, uh, being focused on your objectives in lives, being flexible, which yoga teaches you through the yoga asanas, to be able to adjust to situation. Flexibility means being adjusted. So with every physical activity that you teach, you need to be able to tell them what are the values that this physical activity is taking place. So when these other students who come for a physical education class realize that values are being taught to them, for example, you take them for a long jog or a long distance run, you tell them what have you learned? You have learned endurance. You've learned that to achieve a goal, it takes a long time. It teaches you to never give up, because your goal, when it's coming to endurance, it takes a long time, okay, and hard work is required, because you may suddenly leave the course of action at the middle, or about when you're about to reach. So you realize if you had a little more endurance in life, you would be able to achieve your goal. So if school children or other sports persons or people realize that such activities are conducted, for them, they will definitely take part. Because and especially when it comes to college and all, it's very difficult, but imparting these values to school children, where physical education is a compulsory subject, and it is it is easier to impart this when it is a compulsory subject, because otherwise you have to conduct a very big program where a lot of entertainment, dance, music and all is involved, along with sports, where actually everyone will come. Otherwise, it's a little difficult for non-sports lovers to actually come and learn these and realize that these values are, unless you make physical education compulsory in every school and institution where physical fitness is going to given. We are crying for that for maybe so many years, and we are all trying to understand, but India has much more bigger problem than physical activity, like poverty, unemployment, and problem towards women, and all those X and Y problems that we have to handle, and corruption, that we have no time to maintain our health and physical fitness. But when we realize that physical fitness and well-being is going to bring everything back to normal, then I hope our country realizes that physical education is going to be a compulsory subject, and you and I can impart moral values not only to the best of sports people, but to everyone who takes part in it. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for giving such an elaborate answer to the question. Thank you. Now, I would like to thank you, Lieutenant Sam Briganza sir and Dr. Vasant Jende sir, for giving such a healthy and fruitful speech and answer to both the participants and the attendees. Now, I would like to request Dr. Sachin Deshmukh sir to deliver the vote of thanks. Over to you, sir.
Myself, Dr. Sachin Deshmukh. First of all, thanks to the Sam Brigenza sir. He excellently explained the today's sessions. Just see he can, when he explain, we can see his live front of us and explaining. It's a wonderful thing. And this is a part of the session to have to say the vote of thanks. As we come to the closing, day 2 sessions, online workshop, making sports persons aware of the status of sports in India and its roadmap for aspiring athletes. It is my pleasure to deliver the vote of thanks to all who helped and make this session successful one. At the first, I would like to thank to the management giving permission and organizing this type of workshop, collaboration with the college, IBP Mahila College. Thanks to the respected management, Marathwada Legal and Education Society, all the members, on behalf of all the organizing team, I sincerely thanks to the chairperson, Dr. Vasant Jende, wonderful concluding the session. On behalf of organizing team, sincerely thanks to the renowned speaker, Lieutenant Sam Brigenza, for his wonderful, effective talk with the participants and explanation. Thank you very much, sir. On behalf of, I sincerely thanks to the today's welcome address given by Professor A.D. Jadhav, sir, to session welcome introduction. I am thankful to the Dr. C.M. Rao, sir, principal, and Dr. Vasudha Purohit, madam, for the giving the permission to organize this such type of physical education workshop to promote the sports in the society. I also thanks to the technical support, Mr. Shubham Jaiswal, and our sincere thanks to the all the participants and present on Zoom as well as on YouTube Live. Thank you very much. And also tomorrow you also join same time for the third day session. I also thanks to the today's anchor, our student, Mr. Prajwal Datta. I have to tell about the Prajwal Datta. He's a national lawn tennis player. Last 2 years, our college is winning inter-zone tournament because of him. He's a sports person and he's doing good anchoring first time. Thank you very much. He's wonderful anchoring this program. To the conclude of the vote of thanks, let me once again thanks to one and all help me us indirect or indirect to make this session successful. Thank you very much. Over to Prajwal.
Thank you, Dr. Sachin Deshmukh, sir, for giving such a humble and gracious vote of thanks. Now, I would like to tell all the participants that the assignment for today's session is provided on the Google Classroom. And tomorrow's session will be started in the same time. You can join at the Zoom link at 10:20 a.m. It will be there. Thank you for all patience from all of you. Thank you. Thank you very much.